set it, and Rich will put it down with some authority. A deep three from Andrews. Oh, make it rain, baby! Yes! Drives left, kicks it to the corner, to the left wing. The corner, or the wing three is up and good. Zoe Swallow dials it up from long range. Payoff pitch here from Turner. And that's going to be a fly ball center field. That's going to get out here for loose. Here's the pitch. And a ground ball. That's going to get through the left side of the infield. That's going to score another run. And that's going to be an RBI single. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back here to your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network here on YouTube.com. As we get this 2023-2024 basketball season underway, we are so excited to get this season up and started here within the next few days. And so that's why we're on here tonight. Again, I'm Brandon Moore-Villas. Alongside here with me is student analyst Emily Manning. Alongside her as well is cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. We sure do appreciate everyone for tuning in as we are, like I said, very excited for what should be a great year of Wapahani Raider and Lady Raider basketball. Both teams had great years last year, which we're going to get into here in just a little bit. But we're excited what this year holds. You know, obviously coming off of a very good volleyball season there with our Wapahani Lady Raider volleyball team. Unfortunately fell in sectionals this year, but still had a great year that they should definitely be proud of. I think they ended up finishing up like right around 17-7, somewhere in there. But just a great year for those young ladies, and now transitioning here into basketball. Another great time of the year where especially here in the Hoosier State, this is where basketball's at, and it's a lot of fun to be able to be a part of, and being able to broadcast another year of Wapahani Raider basketball for both boys and girls is always exciting for us and for all of you at home watching us or wherever you may be watching our broadcasts and games throughout the course of the year. Just know that we sure do appreciate you guys. So, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and kick things off here with the Wapahani Lady Raider basketball schedule. So we'll go ahead and stick that on the screen here. We're going to start things off here in just a couple of days from now on November the 11th. That will be this coming Saturday. That will be a varsity-only game on Saturday evening there at 6 p.m. at Union, in which the Raiders will take on the Rockets there for the season opener and MEC conference opener there as well. Then followed up by next Friday night, first home game of the season. That will be Wapahani and Delta going toe-to-toe. Again, all of these start times that we have on the screen, except for the first game, are JV start times. So JV starts at 6, varsity game to follow. Again, that'll be next Friday night, November the 17th, at home against Delta. Then the very next night, back at it again against Daleville, another MEC conference matchup. Followed then on Monday night, on November the 20th, we'll be taking on the Muncie Burris Owls here from Raider Gymnasium. Then on November the 25th, just a couple days after Thanksgiving, we'll have Eastern Hancock. We'll be traveling on the road there for a 12 p.m. JV start time, with varsity starting right around 1:15, 1:30 there on that Saturday afternoon matchup. Then on Tuesday, November the 28th, back at home again against MEC conference rival Blue River. Followed then on Thursday evening, we will travel right back here to Raider Gymnasium to take on Cambridge City. Another JV start time, 6 p.m., and a varsity game to follow. Then on December the 2nd, we'll be taking on MEC conference foe there in the Randolph Southern Rebels here from beautiful Raider Gymnasium. And then back on the road, 3 straight on the road there on December 5th, 7th, and 12th at Yorktown on the 5th. Taking on the Winchester Golden Falcons there from the Winchester Fieldhouse there on December the 7th. And then on December the 12th at Frankton. Again, Frankton bumped up to 3A now. So that should be a great ball game. Obviously, that's a game that you always circle on the calendar. Then December the 14th, we are back at home finally against the Callan Blackhawks. Again, there for another MEC Conference matchup, followed by the 18th of December at home against Muncie Central. And then we have the Northeastern Holiday Tournament. Wapahani usually hosts their own holiday tournament, but this year they're going to travel to Northeastern and take on some very, very stout competition there on December the 27th, again a couple days right after Christmas. And then we'll start the new year off on January the 4th, traveling to Chrysler Fieldhouse to take on the Newcastle Trojans, followed by the Delaware County Tournament starting up January the 9th through the 13th. Again, the first couple rounds there will be held at Yorktown High School, then with the championship being played at Delta. And then we'll wrap up the regular season here, 4 games, 2 at home, 2 on the road. On January 17th at Monroe Central for our second to last MEC Conference game of the season. Then at home against Union City on January the 20th. On the road at LaPel, a sectional matchup potentially down the road there as well. There on January 23rd. And then we'll wrap up the regular season and home season at home on January the 25th, senior night there against Shenandoah, as it'll be the battle of the Raiders there on January the 25th. So that's what things look like there for the Wapahani Lady Raider basketball schedule. Really a pretty good-looking schedule, nice balance there. Obviously, we have quite a few, a little bit more home games than we do away games, which is always nice because traveling to some of these away games can be a pain, especially on weeknights. So that'll be kind of nice having some home cooking right there to where we can play on our home floor, have all of our wonderful Raider fans out there supporting these young ladies, but hopefully travel well as well to these road games and support them. So I'm going to let Emily Manning here, our student analyst here this evening, talk to you guys a little about our outlook on Wapahani, this Lady Raider basketball team, and what they had last year and what's returning for this year. So, Emily, go ahead.
Your Lady Raiders are looking to start off the regular and MEC conference season on Saturday night at Union in a big way. Wapahani graduated Cameron Wise, Reese Baker, Kendall Thrasher, and Lauren Luce from last year's team that was 19-5 last season and won the Delaware County Championship under now 6th-year head coach Scott Hudson. Your Raiders will definitely have their work cut out for them being able to find ways to replace in production and leadership those ladies brought to the table every practice and game. Without a doubt, though, the current roster makeup will definitely be up for the task, and I fully expect them to have another successful and championship-winning season. Speaking of the roster for this 2023-2024 season, your Lady Raiders are returning players that have experience and even some without experience, but can make a huge impact this season. Emily Thompson, Maddie Jefferson, Zoe Swallow, Emily and Megan Luce, Destiny Felder, Judy Dargo, Bailey Carpenter are returning varsity players. Those are just some names that we have seen the past year or so that have seen success and experience at the varsity level, and they, along with a few other juniors and incoming sophomores and freshmen, will be asked to fulfill roles and continue the winning tradition of Wapahani Lady Raider basketball.
All right, well said, Emily. And along with that, and like Emily had said, 19-5 last year. I mean, it's going to be tough, especially with a majority of our offense graduating last year. And it's we're going to have to really piece things together. But I think that as time goes along here, this team could really mesh well and really be quite the factor, especially once you get into county tournament time. But obviously, right out of the gate, you're looking to get off to a great start coming up on Saturday night there at Union, just like Emily said. So we're looking to get the season started off right and the MEC conference season started off right as well. Some returning players, like Emily had mentioned there just a moment ago. We had Emily Thompson, Maddie Jefferson, Zoe Swallow, Emily Luce, Megan Luce, Destiny Felder, Bailey Carpenter, and Judy Dargo. So Emily Thompson Coming back, these are just some stats that I pulled off of there. 1.4 points per game, 1.3 rebounds, and 1.4 assists. Maddie Jefferson at 2.1 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 1.4 assists per game. Zoe Swallow, 2.8 points a game, along with 1.4 rebounds. Emily Lewis with 0.4 points per game and 0.4 rebounds a game. Megan Luce, 0.9 points a game and 0.4 rebounds. Destiny Felder, 1.8 points a game and 1.1 rebounds. And then Bailey Carpenter, 1.3 points per game and 2 rebounds per game, followed up with Judy Dargo at 2 points per game and 0.3 rebounds per game on average. So, again, not a lot of scoring right there, but our seniors from last year did a good bulk of the scoring. They were the main source of offense, where, these girls were just, really good role players. They meshed well with these other ladies. We have 4 girls that graduated last year from the starting lineup. So it's going to be a new look, not only to the starting lineup, but a new look to the team. Obviously, we've gotten younger. But you've got to start from somewhere, and that's especially with the girls that just graduated, they were starting as freshmen and sophomores, so they had to start from somewhere as well. And so this is a team that maybe on paper, yes, they might be young. There are some experience as far as with playing time and so on and so forth, but I think that could potentially be, something that, as the season goes on, hopefully they'll help some of those newcomers onto the team with, some of those experience issues. And that's where a leadership role will come into play. But these young ladies, they definitely have a task on their hands, but I think it's a task that they can accomplish and have a lot of success this year and do great things and win championships. You go into every game, every season, knowing in your head that you're going to come out here and put your best foot forward and win as much as you possibly can every single night. And they're going to be a lot of fun to watch. And so we hope you guys can come on out and support these ladies throughout the course of the regular season and postseason play once we get into to the latter part of January and March, or in February. So, nonetheless, we're going to step aside here for a quick break, and then we'll be back here. We'll talk now about your Wapahani boys basketball team. We're going to kind of switch gears here a little bit and talk a little bit about them, our outlook on the season for those guys, and the schedule, and much, much more coming up here on our 2023-2024 Wapahani Raider and Lady Raider basketball season preview show here on the WHS Network.
Hi, I'm Austin Rich with Next Home Elite Real Estate. Our company's mantra has been and will always be humans over houses. For the last several years, we have been able to help people follow our mission statement, which is enriching lives by helping people find their next home. Next Home Elite Real Estate has premier real estate agents ready to assist you with commercial properties, new construction, residential homes, or investment properties, no matter if you are looking to purchase or to sell. We are skilled negotiators, tenacious marketers, and fearless advocates for our clients. We want them to feel the passion we have for what we do and the professionalism we exemplify while we do it. Our clients depend on us to have grit and determination when we represent them. We roll up our sleeves and get to work. Every interaction, every time.
Hi, I'm Tara.
Hi, I'm Michelle.
Hi, I'm Kathy.
Hi, I'm Seth.
Hi, I'm Lindsay.
Hi, I'm Courtney.
We stand for doing the right thing, even when it's not convenient. We deliver integrity in all we do through our uncompromising ethical principles and values. Our clients count on us not to only help them buy or sell their home, but to make sure the process is infused with joy. We strive to bring a smile to their faces as they enter the next phase of their lives. Call Next Home Elite Real Estate today. We are here to help you.
All right, folks, welcome back here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. Here again with our 2023 and 2024 Wapahani Raider and Lady Raider basketball preview show here tonight. Now we're going to switch gears on over here to the Wapahani boys basketball team. And I tell you what, man, what a lot of fun we had last year. You know, a group of guys that were so unselfish but so enthusiastic, willing to play hard and play for one another. And I really, in all honesty, I really think that's a good reason and a great reason why we had the success that we did, is because we weren't, looking to see, how many points we could get, for individual person. It was all about putting the team first and going out there with a common cause of literally annihilating anybody we play against. And it was a lot of fun to watch. But that is in the rearview mirror now, and now we're going to look towards this 2023 and 24 basketball season. So the schedule will look like this here for your Raiders. So we will start things off here in about a week and a half from now. It's on November the 21st. We'll be traveling to Muncie Central. That will be a Tuesday night, in which the Raiders will travel to the historic Muncie Fieldhouse to take on the Muncie Central Bearcats. Again, all these start times are JV start times, except for the Union game. That will be a varsity-only game, I believe, at least to my knowledge at this point in time. But 6 p.m. JV start time, varsity game to follow there against Muncie Central. Then on Friday night, I believe, Saturday, that would be at Pendleton Heights. That'll be another great matchup there. A couple 4A schools that the Raiders are taking on. And then we'll be at home, our first home game of the season on December the 1st. That will be against the Winchester Golden Falcons, followed up by the very next week. We'll be at home on a Friday evening there against the Lapel Bulldogs. And then following up the next night on December the 9th, at home against Hagerstown, taking on the Tigers. Our first MEC conference game of the season will come up on December the 15th as we travel over to Westdale to take on the Warriors. Then on the next night, we'll be back at home on December the 16th as we take on Alexandria. And then last two games before Christmas be December the 19th. We'll travel to Frankton, and then on the 23rd at Jay County. So two 3A programs that we'll take on right there right before Christmas. And then on the other side of Christmas, we'll have on December the 29th at home against Blue River there for another MEC conference matchup. And then we'll start off the new year on January the 5th, traveling to Eastern Hancock to take on the Royals there for a 6 p.m. start time. And then we'll start the Delaware County basketball tournament on January the 10th through the 13th. Again, all games will be held at Delta High School. And then back at home again, January the 19th, another MEC conference matchup there with Randolph Southern. And then the very next night, we will welcome the Newcastle Trojans to Raider Gymnasium. And then on January the 26th, we'll travel back to Delta again about 2 weeks after the county tournament to take on the Delta Eagles. And then on February the 1st at Cowan, another MEC matchup. And then on February the 3rd, again, we will welcome in the Union Rockets. Again, that'll be at 12 p.m. start time there on February the 3rd. Then on February the 9th at Monroe Central, the 16th of February at Daleville. And then we will wrap up the last two games of the regular season, both at home. On February the 17th, we'll take on the Yorktown Tigers and then wrap up the 2023-2024 home season and conference campaign against the Shenandoah Raiders. So again, that's what things look like for our Wapahani Raider boys basketball team as far as schedule-wise. I like, again, the last 2 years now, last year and this year, starting off the year with two 4A programs there, Muncie Central and Pendleton Heights. Two very, very historic, basketball programs that have had a lot of success, especially the Bearcats. But Pendleton Heights has really came on here last year. The Raiders won that one in a nail-biter. Wapahani lost to Muncie Central last year on another nail-biting game in which, really, in all honesty, could have easily won that game. That's no disrespect towards Muncie Central, but we just didn't play very well. We didn't play the way we were capable of playing. And so that was a tough loss to start the season. Hopefully we can change our fortunes, though, coming up this season. So we're really looking forward to that. But like I said, we'll start this 2023-2024 campaign on the road there at the historic Muncie Fieldhouse there against the Muncie Central Bearcats. So now I'm going to give you my outlook and our outlook on the season here for this Raider boys basketball team. Now, again, just like we had just talked about the girls team, we graduated some pretty impactful players from this team from last year. You had Aiden Franks, Nathan Nelson, you had Caleb Standis, Joe Foster, along with Daxton Dudley and Tyler Elliott. All of these guys added something different and brought something different to the table. But they had one common goal, and that is coming together as a team and doing anything and everything you can to win. And they were, as I mentioned early on, a very unselfish group of players. And that was so infectious to watch, the way that they went about their business was exactly how you should go about it and how you should play the game. And like I said, it was a lot of fun to watch. Especially, you look at last year's team, you have 3 guys in the starting lineup that graduated. So, again, over half of your starting lineup, you're going to have to replace this year. But, even though there will be a different look, I think, and we've said this in various sports throughout the years, Wapahani is just reloading from what we was able to do last year. Wapahani finished 25-2 last year, won an MEC conference, won a Delaware County title, won sectionals, and for the very first time ever, won a regional title. That's a very big deal. So I don't want to dismiss that whatsoever. But this is a new year, new opportunities for this team. And a lot of the guys, a lot of the same guys are returning, so it's not like a whole new makeup of a team. But now some guys are going to step up and fill into new roles. Some guys that are returning are, maybe are going to have their roles slightly adjusted. There might be a little bit more asked of them than what there might have been before. But still a lot of the same guys, and now bringing more guys up from JV that's going to play a vital role in the success of this team. But returning players from last year, you had Isaac Andrews, Camden Bell, Nate Luce, you have Nick Cook, Mason Barton, Eli Andrews, along with many other guys that are going to play such an impactful role in the success of this team this year. And like I said, you're going to have a lot of newcomers that, even if they might not be playing varsity, will be at the JV level. That, again, that's your feeder system right into the varsity team, because, again, you never know when your number is going to be called. So you've got to be ready, and you've got to be ready to wreak havoc throughout the season right here. Now, again, like I said, last season was very memorable, but these guys are looking to write their own story now, make their own mark on this team and what we've been able to do throughout the course of all these years, as far as the traditional Wapahani Raider basketball. But these guys are looking to build off of what we did, not only last year but in years prior. That hard-nosed style, up-tempo, athletic, unselfish style of play. And I look for these guys to continue that this year and for many years to come. But that's what this team is built on. This is what the program is built on, complementing one another, getting after it every day in practice, and making sure that shows up when it comes game time on game night. And hopefully, with the guys that we have coming back and some of those newcomers coming on board, that leadership role comes into play. Showing these guys how to play the game the right way, how to come out here and play Wapahani Raider basketball play that unselfish nature and style of play to where we're looking to benefit together as a team and not looking to bolster our own stats. Stats are nice. We've had a lot of guys, come through here that have been very good basketball players. But those very good basketball players, you have to make yourself into a great team. When you've got to be able to have success as a team. This is a team game, and that's what we've seen last year, and that's how we was able to get to semi-state last year. This is a new team right here, essentially looking to write their own story. We hope that we can at least get that far this year, but you're looking, to win every game. If you're looking to be mediocre, then that's, this might not necessarily be the place to be, and this might not necessarily be the sport to play. These guys are primed and reared and ready to go, looking to win every single time out there, and looking to get as far as we can get to. You don't obviously want to get ahead of yourself, but you're always looking for the end goal, and that's Gamebridge Fieldhouse. We were right there. We seen the light at the end of the tunnel. We didn't quite get there. Maybe this year is the year. But you've got to set goals. You've got to set, different accomplishments and things that you want to get after this year and to be able to have success. And I know head coach Matt Luce and his entire coaching staff are going to get these guys reared and ready to go. And we're excited to get this season started and underway. Make sure to tune in tomorrow night. Our annual Red and White Night right out here from beautiful Raider Gymnasium will begin at 6 p.m. We'll be on the air. Emily will be right here with us. We'll be talking about the middle school teams. We'll have middle school, 6th grade boys, 7th and 8th grade girls. We got cheerleaders, wrestlers, bowling team, the high school teams for boys and girls basketball, wrestling, bowling, cheerleaders. A lot going on tomorrow night. So please, 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 please make sure to tune in and make sure to share that information with everyone. It's a great night just to get everybody together and to take a closer look at these winter sports teams for both middle school and high school. And it's a great time. You won't regret it. And come on out. Not only watch us on here, but come on out, support these young men and young ladies throughout the course of the season. And we're expecting big things, no doubt about that. So we're looking forward to having you guys coming up tomorrow night. Again, the Lady Raider basketball team will be in action on Saturday evening at Union, a 6 p.m. start time there for that. So again, we greatly appreciate you all for tuning in here for tonight's 2023 and 2024 Wapahani Raider and Lady Raider basketball season preview show. Again, until tomorrow night, again, I'm Brandon Morvillius alongside student analyst Emily Manning and cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. We'll see you all tomorrow night. Have a great evening, and we'll see you next time here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network.